So our approach and our teaching style is anecdotal. I like to kind of say it's like watching a Disney movie. So, you know, as a kid, Disney movies are great. They're really entertaining. We enjoy listening to them. We enjoy watching them. But then maybe as we get older, we kind of realize, oh, that was teaching me about self-respect, or it was teaching me about how to share, things like that. So we like to teach our mental skills in a story mode. We feel like when you guys face adversity or those low motivation days, things like that, it's easier to pull from an experience rather than from a textbook. So we definitely supplement the ideas with the science behind it as well, but we want to give you guys a story to go along with it so that it all makes sense.
Baseball is 90% mental, 10% physical, right? How many times have you heard that? A lot, countless. But here's why. Here's why they say that. An average big league game is 3 hours long. Average time that the ball is in play is 15 to 20 minutes. Let's do a little math. 3 hours is 180 minutes. 10% of that is 18 minutes, which is right in our spectrum of 15 to 20 minutes. So the physical time that the actual game is in play, the physical aspect of the game itself, what's the other 90%? What are you doing the other 90%? You're still on the field. You're still in the dugouts. You're still taking your warm-up throws. You're still taking your hacks on deck. You're still throwing your warm-up pitches. That's the mental part.
Can anyone just maybe throw out a fraction, 50-50, 10-90, 5-95? What percentage does the mental side of it come into our performance as it applies to on the field? 80-20? Which part's 80? 80 mental, 20 physical?
Because you said you spend 80% mental in this game. It's 80-20. I do think it's higher, but we'll stick with the 80-20. Do you work, as far as thinking about your career, do you work really 4 times harder than you do physically? When you go to the movies, do you know the characters on screen? I mean, you know their names, right? You know the actors' names, but you don't know them personally. But the first step in understanding how you're perceived is developing a character. I want you to think about the epitome of the ultimate badass in your head. Like, what he looks like. Who is that character that you have in your head? We all have one. We all see something in our head. We're like, oh yeah, if I could be that guy, nobody knows. I can do whatever I wanted to do. My character, when I played, I was a lion. It wasn't like a Disney Lion King lion. You flip on National Geographic, you see that lion who just chased down the zebra and he's got blood all over his face. That was my character. That was the character that kind of stuck with me. And so as soon as I stepped across the line, boom, it's time to go. It's in lion mode. And so it completely changed. When I'm on the mound, there was nothing else except going through my head except a lion. And I understood that if I could take my character, hey, this lion's not emotional. He's up there. He's just ready to eat. He's hungry. He gets the ball, he's going to go. If the hitter's not ready in the box, I know I'll put my work in. So when my character's facing that hitter, he better be ready and he better be mentally locked in because I'm coming at you. If you can hit it, good. It doesn't bother me because I'm going to come after the next guy too. I'm just coming.
I think one of the important things as far as how you look at your character and how you switch that mode is it's not a light switch, right? So we can't be at the dorms, you know, in the mess hall, whatever, and then we get to the locker room and, you know, talking to our friends, putting our jersey on, whatever, we lace it up, we go warm up, we play catch, and then all of a sudden you see Smitty at the meeting at the home plate, and it's like, oh cool, it's game time, let's go. I'm gonna put my gladiator gear on and go. So treat the character transition as more of a dimmer switch. When you think of your character, try to add as much detail as possible. You know, if you can get as specific as, you know, skin tone, the exact things he wears, or if it's an animal, what are some specific features? Is it an animal that's been through some hard times? Maybe it's got some scars on its face, things like that. So the more detail you can add to it, the more you're going to be able to buy in and believe in it.
First lesson I learned when I signed professionally with the Red Sox, he came in and it was Ben Cherington. He comes in and tells this weird story, and we're all like looking at each other, what the hell is he talking about? He said, I want to welcome you guys to the Red Sox. I want you to understand that to me, you are not baseball players, you are entertainers. And I didn't really understand what he meant, but it's the same way. Just like we pay our $8 to $10 now, whatever it costs to go to a movie, people are paying money, buy tickets to go to a game, to be entertained for a couple hours, just like in a movie, right? So, as a player on the field, do you understand what character it is that you're taking out there? Do you understand how you're being perceived, what it is? I played with guys who were gladiators. I had a guy, his name was Blake Maxwell. He's a coach up in North Carolina somewhere right now, but he had an empty seat next to him. And I remember sitting there. We were in the bullpen in Portland. There's an empty seat sitting next to Maxwell, and we had a new guy come in, a rookie come in, and he went to sit down in that seat next to Max, and Max was like, "Man, get the hell out of here. My stuff's in that seat. There's nothing in the seat. There's an empty chair." And what are you talking about, Max? And the rookie was asking, "What are you talking about? There's nothing in the seat." And everybody else in the bullpen knew what was going on. Like, don't sit in Maxwell's empty seat. Bullpen phone rings. Hey, get Max going. Maxwell's sitting there. He's grabbing his gladiator gear. His gladiator gear, his helmet, and his chest protector, and his legs. He had his invisible gladiator gear that he put in his seat next to him. As soon as he picked up his gear, he told the rookie, "What's up? Got my stuff out." But he put that helmet on and he put his gear on to be able to get into his character mode. And then he started warming up, and he's locked in until his inning was over, or the outing was over. I like to think about 3 W's on your mind. You got the witness, which is the real you, who sits back behind. He's the witness to what's going on in the front of your head, what's going on that projector screen. As far as, I got these negative thoughts going on in my head, as far as if I'm up at the plate, oh, I hope this guy doesn't tell me another breaking ball. Oh, God, is he going back in? Is he going away? Instead of just, you don't have to listen to those things. You can clear those out. So you got the witness who sits back and listens. You got the weakling who's up front, the one who's saying all this stuff, trying to make you feel comfortable, trying to get you to calm down, which actually just speeds the game up in itself. And then you got the warrior, who is the character. You have the warrior who's the one who picks the thought that he wants. He's the one who tells this voice what to say. You can have that voice say what you want it to say.